Welcome to the South Florida PGA Junior Tour. Today, before you get started, we'd like to share with you a few tips and reminders on how to drop from penalty areas, how we play out of bounds, and a few other friendly reminders as it relates to spectators and etiquette. Please take a moment to listen in.
When playing in your rounds, it's important to care for the course by filling divots and fixing your ball marks. Now we're going to talk about how to get relief from a cart path. First thing you have to do when your ball is on a cart path is you have to figure out where your nearest point of relief is. So if my ball ends up here, my nearest point of relief is right over here. Take my full stance with full relief from the cart path, both my feet and from my club. So that would be here. Put a G in to mark where my feet are, and then I get one club length from that spot. And then drop my ball within those two tees, no closer to the hole. And if my ball ends up on a coquina shell path, you have to play it. This is an integral part of the golf course, and you play it just like if it were in the grass. Sometimes when you're out playing in a round, your ball ends up in some place where you don't get granted free relief, like this ball here. When you end up in a situation like that, you always have the option to take an unplayable lie for a one-stroke penalty. When taking an unplayable lie, you have three options. One is to go back to where you previously hit and re-hit your shot. The second is 2 club lengths from wherever your ball is. Or you can go back as far as you want on line with the pin and drop from here. We're going to talk about what happens when your ball ends up in a penalty area. As you saw, I hit my ball into the penalty area, so now I have to determine where it last crossed, which is right here. Now I'll go through my 5 options to figure out which one is best for this situation. I could take 2 club lengths from where it last crossed, but then I'd end up on this side slope where I wouldn't have a good shot. So I can come back here on line with the flagstick and where it last crossed and drop in an area that's flat and nicely mown so I can have my best chance at hitting a good shot. Or I can go and re-tee from my original positions. My ball never crossed on the opposite side of the penalty area. Those are my 3 best options to play. If your ball ends up in an out of bounds or is lost outside of a penalty area, it's important that you go back to where you originally hit from and play from there. In order to save time and keep up pace of play, if you think when you tee off or hit your shot that it might be lost or out of bounds, hit a provisional.
A friendly reminder to all of our spectators. We'd love to have you out here on course assess, but we want you to remember a few things when you are. Always remain 50 yards away from the players and on the cart path at all times. This will allow players to continue to focus on just their game ahead, allowing them to continue to grow and gain more experience competing on their own.